Welcome back, guys. We got cold last night. I gotta get these water pipes hooked up and insulated. So first thing, I wanna get that hot water heater hooked up. So I'll show you what I'm working with here. Hey dog, how you doing? You're in the way. This is a hot water heater that we've got to replace a hot water heater that's broken. Go! I'm trying to show these guys what's going on. I've got the gas line plumbed in the bottom of it. My hand is out there not for your petting. Needy little dogs. So I've got the gas line plumbed, but I need to get water lines hooked up to it. 2 water lines, a cold inlet and a hot outlet. This is the side of the RV that the water pipes run down. They start at the opposite corner. And it comes through the insulated floor and then over, down this wall. The cold water goes into the faucet, into the bathtub, faucet, then into the hot water heater. Then circles back around and comes back with hot water to the faucet, bathtub, and faucet. So this is what I'm looking at. Here's the fuse panel. There's a little drawer that goes here. And if you look in there, you can see the water lines down there in the corner. They're white. And all the wiring. Now I have figured out that this wire right here goes to the hot water heater. So I can use that to run the new hot water heater by punching a hole through there and putting a box up. It's the only wire that this runs is a hot water heater. So I'm safe to pull that, trim it up, stuff it through. I'm going to drill a hole over here, probably about 2, maybe 3-inch size hole. And I'm going to bring a water line in and tee it in to those lines. One to cold and one to hot. And that should get me my hot water. And the other thing I have to do is trim out the other hot water heater, get that out of the equation. And I'm going to do that underneath the bathroom sink, where there's a pretty good access point, a little bit easier to work with. So this is under the bathroom sink. You got your water lines coming over. You got your red is your hot. Red tape around it. So the farthest one is a hot water line. And I'm hoping it's the same way over there on the other side. They're usually pretty good at running these things in line so they can figure out which one's which. So here's where the cold water line comes in. It tees off right here, goes up to the faucet, it goes over to the hot water heater. And this is where I'm going to cut this and put an elbow to get the other hot water heater out of the equation. So the hole I drilled, 2 pieces of PEX tubing coming over. The lower one, this one is cold. This one is the hot water coming in. So I just tied into the cold water line and then tied into the hot water line. So underneath the bathroom sink, I have my cold water line and my hot water line, and I just elbowed them off to go straight up. Now this bypassed the hot water heater, which was what that T is for down there. It was a whole nother line that I pulled through. The other thing that I ended up bypassing, which doesn't matter because we don't use it, is the toilet. We don't use this toilet because we have an outhouse outside. So here's a breaker box for the RV. Has a designated breaker for the hot water heater. So you take this panel off and you figure out which wire coming out of the back goes to that breaker. Trace it back in here. It's this wire right here. It went up over here, I'm guessing across the roof into the old hot water heater. So I simply cut it off up there, drilled another hole in the wall, and stuffed it through. This is where the wire comes through the other side of the RV, the outside of the RV, into this room. I went with an outside box so it'd be nice and sealed, just in case we get a little watershed from a leak in the roof. We won't have to worry about it. I've got this to test electrical connections, the way you wire things, make sure it's wired properly. Simply plug it in, the lights that light up tell you how it's wired, whether it's correct, whether there's an open ground or hot somewhere. It's pretty simple. Got the gas line hooked up, PEX line hooked up. I had to drop it down from 3/4 to 1/2 inch because it's got a 3/4 inlet. This unit's made for more of a house, but it has really good reviews for RVs. Alright, so now we have hot water. That's a bonus. We haven't had hot water here since we moved up here, basically, probably 3 months, 4 months now. We can shower here, we can wash our dishes with hot water, no more freezing hands when you're washing dishes. It's a wonderful thing. Next up, I want to get this roof done. I need to get the pump house done, but I want to get the roof done because I want to fire up that wood burning stove. So I need to patch all this. Get that Henry's black wet dry leak repair, and I'm going to slather it on these seams right here and where it connects to the roof on both RVs. Make sure it's sealed really good. Well, it's a beautiful day. Nice little breeze going. Kept me cool up here while I was doing this roof. The whole thing roofed. So I feel like I got a lot done today. Most of it was finishing stuff I'd already started. The roofing I'd already started. All I had to do was lay the stuff across there and screw it down. The hot water heater I'd already started. I just had to get the water to it and the electrical to it. So for the day, we got hot water and we got a roof over our heads. So if you like the channel, guys, hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. Hit the bell for notifications. Hit that like button. Help this video get out there. Most of all, go make something.